In football, a single save can change the course of history. From last-second dives to unbelievable reflexes, goalkeepers have delivered moments that defy belief. What a stop! Today, we're counting down the 10 craziest saves in football history. These are the stops that left fans and players alike in sheer disbelief. Let's begin with one of the most unorthodox saves ever made. Some goalkeepers make diving saves, some make fingertip saves. But René Higuita, he decided to rewrite goalkeeping rules altogether.
Unreal! Goodness me.
In a 1995 friendly against England, Jamie Redknapp sent what looked like an innocent cross towards the Colombian goal. Any normal keeper would catch it, or at least punch it away. But Higuita, oh no, he leaped forward, kicked his legs over his head, and deflected the ball with his heels in what is now known as the scorpion kick. The referee didn't even know what to do. The English players just stood there in shock, and Higuita, he just carried on like that was a perfectly normal thing to do. To this day, goalkeepers still debate whether it was brilliant or completely unnecessary. But one thing is for sure, it's one of the craziest saves ever made. From an acrobatic wonder to a moment of pure reflex magic. Pelé had already started celebrating when he saw the ball flying toward the goal. And honestly, who could blame him? It was a bullet header from 6 yards out. The Brazilian legend knew no keeper in the world could stop it. Enter Gordon Banks, England's #1, and the man who decided physics was optional. In a moment that defied belief, he dived to his right, scooped the ball upwards, and somehow sent it over the bar. Even Pelé, mid-celebration, had to do a double take. For the next 50 years, Pelé kept telling people it was the best save he'd ever seen, and Banks admitted he had no idea how he did it either. But football fans will never forget the moment when one of the greatest players in history was robbed of a certain goal by a keeper who just refused to accept reality. From one legendary World Cup moment to another, this next save defined a final.
Cross within! Zidane nearly rolled the years back to 1998.
Zinedine Zidane had already scored a cheeky Panenka penalty in the 2006 World Cup final, and he wanted one last moment of magic before retiring. So, in extra time, he powered a bullet header toward the top corner, thinking he'd just won France the World Cup. Except Gianluigi Buffon had other plans. Buffon, a man who probably dreams in slow-motion replays, reacted instantly, leaping up and tipping the ball over the bar like he had been expecting it the whole time. Zidane was stunned, the French bench was stunned, even Buffon's own teammates were stunned. That save kept Italy alive, and we all know what happened next. Zidane got a red card, Italy won the shootout, and Buffon added another chapter to his legend. If Zidane's header had gone in, maybe we'd have a different World Cup winner, but Buffon made sure we'll never know. Moving from a World Cup final to an unforgettable FA Cup moment. By 2003, David Seaman had seen it all. The ponytail, the iconic saves, the legendary mustache. He was a walking highlight reel. But in the FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United, he somehow topped himself. Paul Pescasolido thought he'd scored the easiest goal of his career when he headed the ball toward an empty net. But Seaman, at 39 years old, decided to channel his inner Olympic gymnast. He twisted, dived backward, and with his fingertips scooped the ball off the line like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Even his own defenders looked confused. How did that not go in? It was a save so ridiculous that Arsene Wenger called it the best save I've ever seen. Seaman retired a few months later, but honestly, how do you top that? Now let's talk about a save that helped decide a World Cup winner. Found himself one-on-one with Iker Casillas, already picturing his name in history books. Casillas had different plans. As Robben took the shot, Casillas stuck out his right foot and somehow deflected the ball wide. Robben's face said it all. He knew that was his moment. Spain went on to win the final in extra time, and Casillas lifted the trophy. But if that ball had gone in, Spain might never have become world champions. Casillas didn't just make a save, he made history. From one legendary keeper to another, let's move to a Champions League classic.
Crossed it again and a good one. And not it down. A wonderful save by Schmeichel.
Peter Schmeichel wasn't just a goalkeeper, he was a one-man army. In 1996, playing for Manchester United in the Champions League, he made a save so outrageous that even Gordon Banks himself called it better than his own against Pelé. Rapid Vienna sent in a cross, the striker powered a header from close range, and somehow Schmeichel, who was already diving the wrong way, managed to react mid-air and claw the ball away. The crowd was speechless. His teammates equally confused. How did that not go in? Schmeichel just dusted himself off like it was business as usual. That was the kind of keeper he was, fearless, ridiculous, and always capable of the impossible. Sometimes one save isn't enough. This next keeper made 3 in a row. Stopping one shot is impressive, stopping 2 in a row is heroic, but stopping 3 in the space of 5 seconds? That's just Jan Oblak being Jan Oblak. In a Champions League match against Bayer Leverkusen, Oblak turned into a human brick wall. One shot, saved, rebound, blocked, third attempt, not today. The opposing players must have felt personally attacked at that point. No matter what they tried, Oblak refused to be beaten. It was a save so absurd that even the slow motion replay couldn't keep up. That's why they call him one of the best goalkeepers in the world. When Oblak is in goal, scoring feels like an impossible task. An incredible reaction save that stunned everyone watching. Ben Amos' Reflex save versus Shrewsbury Town, 2018. Ben Amos might not be a household name, but for one night in 2018, he made a save that left everyone questioning reality. Playing for Charlton Athletic, he faced a close-range shot that should have been an easy goal. The problem, he was already diving in the opposite direction. Instead of giving up, Amos somehow twisted his body mid-air, flung out an arm, and got just enough on the ball to send it onto the post. The crowd went wild. Even the striker looked confused. That was supposed to go in. It was a save so ridiculous that it deserved a slow-motion replay on loop. A goalkeeper who plays like a defender. This next moment is classic Neuer. Manuel Neuer doesn't just play as a goalkeeper, he plays as a second defender. In the 2014 World Cup match against Algeria, Neuer spent more time outside his penalty box than inside it. Every time Algeria sent a long ball forward, Neuer would sprint out like a madman and clear it himself. His best moment, a sliding tackle 30 yards from goal, taking the ball away from an advancing striker like he was a center back. Some call it reckless, others call it genius. One thing's for sure, Neuer changed goalkeeping forever that night. And finally, a moment that sealed a World Cup dream for Argentina. What a stop! With just seconds left in extra time, Argentina fans held their breath as France's Kolo Muani broke free. One shot could win the World Cup. Then Emiliano Martinez pulled off the save of his life. He spread himself wide like a starfish, deflecting the shot with his leg and keeping Argentina's dreams alive. The game went to penalties. Argentina won, and Martinez became a national hero. One save, one World Cup. That's how legends are made. These incredible saves highlight goalkeepers' pivotal roles in football. If you enjoyed this countdown, please like, subscribe, and share your favorite save in the comments. Stay tuned for more thrilling football content.